Welcome back, people. Plenty to take care of in this episode. Mostly going to be land clearance. We've got 2 medium to smallish areas to clear. So we kind of want to get the front of the Shadowkeep done this side. And we want to get the eastern side of the Shadowkeep done, as well as the outside of the cathedral as well. I'm going to recommend that you guys can go into the cathedral. You can't really like spoil the quest or anything. But I want to have all that ready, available to be one episode. So I'm going to leave that pretty complete as it is. I am going to go and tag the Grace though, so you guys can pause the video there and do whatever else you want. As we're going around, we are going to grab some Visagers of... not Visagers, Embers of Mesmer and some Furnace Visagers. So that will allow us to be able to make sure that everybody can take on the Furnace Golem that is at the foot of the hill we're currently on. So we'll be taking care of that very shortly. I'm just going to clear my way around, and I've decided I really want us to hit level 150 for Radahn. Not 150. I really want us to hit level 250 for Radahn because he is a beast. So far, the only method I've had work is probably one people are not going to like, but we will see what we can work out with a bit more power, a bit more levels. So to that end, what I am going to do in between each video from now on is I am going to basically grind out to the next level. So if I finish at like 100k, I'm probably going to grind out like 200k and just get myself the extra level. Might seem a bit extreme, but I want to make sure that I've got options for you guys when we get there, other than the one that I'm otherwise going to suggest, because I'm not sure everybody's going to like it. I have beaten twice now, and it was with a magic build, but we weren't playing very mage-like, so I apologise for that in advance. Got a cookbook on here, which is why we're clearing down this way. There's a pretty cool Ash of War near us as well, which I haven't tested very much, because I've been very, I've basically been using forward momentum with what works, so that I can get through everything nice and quickly as we keep on moving down. As you can see, tons of packs of enemies. The game is encouraging us to gain a lot of runes anyway, in my opinion. So it really shouldn't be surprising if we do end up getting quite a few levels. I did lose a fair amount of stuff though, didn't I? So you can see we're just clearing around the cathedral. There is a Grace right at the entrance, so if for whatever reason you're taking a lot of damage here, you can just nip in there and sort yourself out. I'm just going to continue around though. Although to be fair, there's not really anything for us on this side of the cathedral, so let's just cut in a little bit. Well, I'm half wrong. There is something on this side, but we've got to loop around to get down the cliff. There is a grave that can be interacted here. That's a part of the quest line. You guys can do that. I don't know if it changes anything if you do it early. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You know what these quests are like. And we're still early days. I'm sure in 2 years' time, someone's going to give me some 2020 rear view. Oh, by the way, I know all this amazing stuff now. And I'm like, yeah, well, try 2 days after launch. And then we can talk about who's superior, right? Anyways, to the Grace, like I say, I'm just going to tag this. Probably going to rest it, to be honest. Not that I really need it. Like I say, you guys can go in there. There's a merchant in there. He'll sell some sorceries. I have not been a fan of any of the sorceries we've had. Some of them are kind of cool and maybe have like application maybe when we're like exploring or something like this. But what I found is most of the spells, they're not great against bosses. We've basically just been using the same spell loadout forever now. It's unfortunate but true. Have converted quite a few people over to Shard Spiral usage, which is kind of funny. I'm gonna clear my way down here. Just tons of enemies for us. Look, it's like just all the free runage we could want, right? Although I think I've gone too far. Let me check. We want to come over to the west side. We're coming over to the cliff. We want to make our way to a little ledge that's over this way. So many of you. Continuing down the cliff. So just so you guys can see where we are right now. So we came down the road a little bit, turned left. Gonna be quite a few wolves. So I'm just going to clear our way through these as well. Just hordes of them. Don't know why I thought that one was dead on the floor there. All the beast bones to make my arrows with. Keep on keeping on. So many. I mean, look at that. Like minutes. And we're already on like 120k. That was from 0 as well. Must have been the alpha. Alright then, after a little bit of time clearing all of that out, we should eventually find the cave. I think there's more wolves, No, we're okay. You'll know that you're in the right place because there'll be a ton of glint slab fireflies. And then up above, we have a scarab. You can actually hear this from the top. It's the only real way to know that it's down here. That's going to give us carrion sovereignty. I actually kind of like the look of this. I can't show it right now, obviously. I will when we next get to a grace. Which, it's basically the blade move that Rolana had earlier on. So now that we've done that, we're going to come back to the Church District High Road. We're going to do Rabath's Rise and probably get the next grace here. So we've got most of this side done. We still need to clear the southern part of the road, but at least then we are somewhat colouring in where we've completed in the map. So Rabath's Rise on the eastern side, you can see just here. There's actually some extra interactions with this later on. But we can't do it right now until after the quest line is done. Oh look, it's barred. No, it's not. I know there's a proper way to do it, but I just don't know why I wouldn't do that when it's so easy. So we're gonna jump over to the rise for the cannon. We don't really need it or anything, but we've got to be complete about this. And then, I suppose, fast travel down. No point in thinking. You can see how it steps down. We're going to be coming down that in a bit. So now we're going to take this northern road so we can grab a grace right here. So just a quick fast travel to the Church District High Road. If you haven't already, feel free to check out the north. And, you know what, it means I need to rest the grace anyway, so I can show you guys that Ash of War. We're going to make it nighttime because there is a larval tea around here. So let's go nightfall. And then I'm going to put the Ash of War on here. I wonder if just cold build up with the beam. That'd be amazing. All right. Let's go find a victim. Let's go find, you know what? Let's go find a victim. We've got a bit of time. Oh look, we've got some wolves here. This will do. So the stagger potential on this is pretty good. I haven't used it on a boss yet, so we may have to test some of this out. We have down, but then we also have the sweep after. And you may not be able to see it because of the way we're using it, but that actually sends a beam out as well. So if I do this from the side, oops, excuse me. I'll show you guys this from the side. At least I thought it sent a beam out. Yeah, there you go. So the beam out is fully charged. So pretty good. It's not like fantastic, but it is pretty good if you can get that charge up off. Or if you give it to Mimic and tank, which is the way a lot of damage has been done for me. There's nothing crazy up here. There is some materials we can get and a few corpses. But if you're following along, you should have already been up to this corner right here. So you could have explored whilst you were up there for the cookbook. And so now we are going to follow the road into Shadowkeep. Long road. Not too much hidden in there, which is kind of unusual, actually. It's not exactly the most populated or daunting or crazy ride you'll ever have in an Elden Ring type game. Go ahead and take a sit down. I'm going to change back. I've taken a liking to a lot of different things recently. I've done way more experimentation recently as well. But let's go with... No, not Last Claw's actually really... Savage Last Claw actually really good. For now, let's go with... Where is it? Was aha. Chilling Mist. That's what I want. I don't know where Gravity Blade's gone either. Let's go make sure I get it on this character. In any case, we're about to set off to a different part of the Shadow Cape, but you guys can look around at this if you want. There's a... There we go, Dragon Stone right over there, so that can get you a +10 weapon. Make sure you don't forget that when we go around this later on. So, yeah, we're going to be getting that first when we come back, just so you guys know that it's there. But either way, so now that we've done this eastern side, we've actually cleared out all around the cathedral, which is rather nice. I want to make sure we've got some furnace parts for this. And we actually need to do the other furnace, I think, as well in the walkthrough. So we need to do both of those. Which means we're going to come and clear this side. There's going to be lots of embers of Mesmer as we go around. So we're going to hit High Road here. And then we're going to clear it out. Whole thing. Again, you should have already cleared most of this out. I think we got the lava tier that's up this way when we came last time. But we want to really deal with the camp that's out front of the castle at the moment. There's quite a lot of stuff over there. There's going to be another lava tier on the way in, I think, as well. But ideally, we want to obviously deal with it from the back. There's like a knight in the grass over there. It's really easy to get caught out. Look how many there are. We're gonna grab the lava tier, and I think we need to do the bear still as well. So we'll do the bear whilst we're at this end. Lava tier, not that bear. My mind's melting. This is where we've already done it. I'm like, oh, we did it before. I can hardly remember what we have or haven't done, but no, there it is. So we've got another bear to do. Excuse me, off the thing. Shard spar already. Physic. Mimics here. Staff of Love. Where is it? There you go. Alright, bear boy. Come and bear back this. Well, the mimic is not even coming down. It's actually stuck. Okay, so we're gonna have to run away and get it to to teleport to me. The mimic's actually completely stuck. Oh, let's try round 2. After we finish, we're gonna have to show you guys something as well, because the armor set was right next to the Shrine of Marika, so I've already picked it up, which is probably not ideal, but we have done now. Hello. There we go, that's better. That's what I'm saying about the mimic being able to do damage while we tank stuff, because there's a very severe preference that the computer has for aggroing the player. You can see it happening right now, look. Like the mimic has to target it several times before it decides that the mimic is just as much of a threat as we are. There we have it. It's the bear done. Pelt of Ralva. I thought we got a spell from it. Alright then, and so at the Shrine of Marika, there was actually the leather set as well. So the leather set was right here. So that should get you the full set that we're going to be grabbing here. So with this little bit done, we're going to swing basically across the camp to the other side. We have a weapon to pick up over here, and then we'll end up clearing the back end of the camp as we're coming out to do all of this. We do obviously have a golem to care about as we do this, so just bear that in mind as we're going around. Just make sure we are prepared adequately as we go. What time are we on? 15 minutes. We should be okay for getting this done. I'm going to save the summon for when we decide we want to take on big guy. Before that, we want to make sure there's no large amounts of interference everywhere. So these here are embers of Mesmer, so we need to make sure we get a decent amount of those for the furnace pots. And as you can see, there are quite a few of them out front of this castle. And inside that tent there is actually a very important recipe for a craftable version of Blessed Vow. Excuse me. Blessed Vow? I think it's called Blessed Vow. Golden Vow. Basically, be an increase in attack and defense. So we 100% want that. Everybody can use it and it's completely craftable. So it's actually a very, very strong requirement for us. I think it's this one. Nope, not that one. Must be the other one. Where are we? This one. Yeah, here we go. So hopefully I don't get attacked while I show you guys this. Should be in consumables. And there we have Golden Vow as a consumable. Very nice. Not even that difficult. We'll get quite a few blessed shards, and we have a farm spot. I'll make sure I show one of those as a part of the series. This is pretty good. Gives us non-faith builds a chance of getting some nice buffs, right? At least. Continue with the pieces of Mesmer. Can't remember if there's a grace before the hippo, so I'm just going to check at the gate here. Hope there is. Because there's a boss here. The people that I've had people have been struggling with it, but I didn't think it was too bad. Just have a quick look. Just because it'll make things easier if there is one here. It's a bit of a long lift though, ain't it? Come on, you. Yeah, so we're just going to tag this. We don't need to rest. We'll deal with the hippo. Probably the end of this episode, or maybe the beginning of the next one. That's this extra scatter tree in there. And if we clear this little loop, it gives us access to new areas. And as well as that, hello, we got help. Onsen, because we were nice to him. Very good. I don't think he was here for me. Like, oh man, we've got loads of help. So good that we are progressing the quest this time. I didn't have any of this on my initial playthrough. Right, so back down we go, so that we can deal with the golem, basically. How far close to this level? Yeah, we got one already. Boom. Oh, we have 200. We are only 49 levels. It's not too bad. All right, so before we go and deal with that, on the left side here. So whenever you see a corpse of one of the furnaces, it's usually going to tell you, this is the clue on how to destroy the armored ones, by the way. You should usually be able to find where are we? Did I bring someone here? I can't remember if I brought people here earlier. Here we go. You should usually be able to find a furnace visage whenever you find one of these corpses. So if you're missing a few and you need to try and find some extra ones, it's an extra way that you can get some. That many slides, oh my god. So we're just gonna grab a few of those. It's just going to make sure that we are stocked for later. Cold procs, by the way. I mean, cold and bleed on the same weapon is actually way stronger than I realized it would be. And so, yeah, we are definitely enjoying that. Alright, so we're going to go up to the far end now. I'm going to grab a quick weapon on the hill there. Just make sure we're going over these Embers of Mesmer. We really want to make sure we've got a few of those. Might have to add like 5 points of intelligence or something, because being that close to one shot, it breaks me a little bit inside. Where is it? Another one. Where'd he go? Where he went? Anyway. There's a charged one as well. I'll drop an upgrade stone, so saves us runes for later. I'm going to want to upgrade a weapon. I've decided the Great Katana is absolutely awesome and is, unfortunately, the ideal weapon for the build against a specific enemy. I promise I'm not going to use it until that specific enemy. But we're going to get it. We're going to upgrade it. We're going to love it. We have to, I'm afraid. Unless I can find a selection of spells and summons that works better than what I've done already. There's a small chance that one summon I don't have yet will change things. But as it stands, close combat is unavoidable. I'm afraid. Oh look, there we got some extra golden vows. Thank you very much. Saves me having to cast, to craft them. Alright, so we're pretty clear now. It's going to be a good time to start heading towards our friend over there. Just make sure there's nothing around me. I don't want too many hangers on. Yeah, seems like we're all right. So, let's get the spell ready. Bring the boy out. We've already used all of our good stuff, but provided the summon stays close to us, we can do this instead. Attack and defense rising for both of us. And then we can get on in there. Just be careful of all this. There is a lot here. Wrong type of flask right there. The good thing is he hits his own guys, so long as, oops, we avoid getting too close to them, we should be basically okay. Quick, before it tries to grab. Still got his move on even though I staggered him. That was That was a risky move from me. Charles Sparrow's doing some work for me there. Ouch. I don't know, it did a fist move like that. I'm gonna die now. Managed to iframe on the horse. It's over now. Which way you fall in? That way. Yes. Thank you very much. All right then. So all those enemies, we didn't even really notice them. The furnace did most of that work. All right, so one last bit left of this front camp here. Which probably means I can call this like Shadowkeep Outskirts. We've done both sides, which is rather nice. Should probably check to make sure there's no more little bits in here. People keep on saying like the DLC is not dense. There's plenty of loot. I mean, I know you're not like tripping over spells and weapons and stuff, but it's not. It's pretty good. It's fine enough. Going up for an Ash of War now. One that I'm sure a lot of people are looking for actually. Rolling Sparks. Oh yeah. Sounds like it's moving. Where is it? Done me off the horse, but the mimic went in with Gavel. That was pretty funny. That made me laugh. There it is. That's what I want. Quick, foot disappears. I think this one blows up as well. I don't know why. I'm sure it blows up. Rolling Sparks, baby. Rolling Sparks. Pretty good, actually. Very strong on the perfumes, so have a go with that. But I think that is front cap done, eastern side done, and we are on 28 minutes. Right, just in case I didn't tell everybody that the Great Katana was where it is in the middle of this pool. I was sure I said it when we went over to the dragon, and I just must not have picked it up. So we're going to go grab it now. So they've got it. Unless I've stored it, and I forgot about storing it. There it is. Thank you very much. That's Daddy's new weapon. It's basically exactly what we have now, but bigger. And because it's bigger, it gets better build-up. And the best thing about it is, let me just I'm not gonna fight with it, but just so you guys can see, the main draw of this weapon for me is that initial swing is not worlds slower than the actual initial swing. The second swing is a bit slower, but the first swing, so the one that matters really most of the time, really isn't any slower. And the running poke has got such good range on it that I just can't. I can't not recommend it, right? That's so good. Look at the stagger on that. Haven't even upgraded it yet. So we're gonna have some fun with this. And we stay medium loaders where, or do we though? With loose sats on. It is very slightly too heavy. Oh dear. That there works for me. And then we get to look cool as well while we're at it. Does that include having one of these on as well? Yep, it does. So Serpent Shield, probably the best medium shield. That's the one we're going to be upgrading as we go through the DLC. So get used to that idea. It kind of suits the red as well on the build. So I'm sure some people are not going to be completely pleased with it. I'm going to use it as sparingly as possible. But that is the future. My people, that is the future. Right, so as it stands right now, next up we will be dealing with the western side and maybe the front of the keep. The hippo is going to drop us a scattered tree fragment, and once that's done, like very shortly after, without even facing another boss, we can get into like the front of the shadow keep, and there's a spirit ash right there. Okay, so we can start getting some upgrades out of just clearing this front area, which is rather nice. And if we clear this area, that's going to give us access to this bit right here. So we get another scattered tree fragment and access to all of this stuff, which is useful, but that's for the quest, right? But once we've gotten that, we can then move down through the shadow keep and out this way, where there's another spirit ash here, there's a scattered tree fragment here, there's two scattered tree fragments here, there's another scattered tree fragment here, there's one down here. So we can get a lot of upgrades by breaking through this gate right here. So that's what we're going to probably do. We're going to clear this side out, get access to a boss here because it's a pain in the ass. We're not going to fight him straight away, but we're going to open that up. We're going to deal with the quest because that means once that's done, this southern chunk is finished. Because we'll get this done. There's a little like hut under this way. Is it this way? Yeah. So you come through this bit. There's a hut just under where this wing is. So we get this bit knocked out. We get this bit knocked out. We'll unlock a boss. I don't know if we'll fight it straight away. It's not terribly hard for us as mages, but just in case anyone else is struggling with it, we'll probably get upgrades first. So we'll end up clearing down here, get a load of scatter tree upgrades, and then we're going to be like, boss. And then we're going to be like, boss. And then we're going to be like, boss. Quite a few bosses at once. So that's just going to help us to be prepared for that. Either way, I'm going to catch you guys very soon. Probably at... Let's go to the hippo. I want to do the hippo. I want scattered tree fragment. So I'll catch you guys very soon for that. As I said before, so I'm going to spend the runes I've got right now, and then I'm going to grind up to one more level so that we have enough to get an extra point in dex. I'm just going to keep on putting dex up right now, but it's just mainly so that if we need points later, we will have access to extra points. But we realistically, we'll probably be fine, to be honest. So one more point in dex for me, when we start the next episode, and I'll catch you guys again very soon.